Welcome back to another video comparison of the RPAL. Today we've got a unique looking lantern by Blackfire called the Clamplight Backpack. As you can see, it has a lot of design features that are very similar to the RPAL, and we're going to take a closer look at them. The Blackfire Clamplight Backpack is the first lantern we've looked at that is powered by AAA batteries. It uses 3 AAA batteries. However, it puts it in the same league as other AA lanterns such as the Kelty Lumatech, the Cree 40426, and the ever popular Black Diamond Voyager. As you can see, due to its namesake, the Blackfire Clamplight Backpack is significantly taller than any of the lanterns. That's because it has a large clamp stuck to the actual lantern itself. When looking at just the usable portion of the lantern, it's actually smaller than any of the previous lanterns that we reviewed. It also has a built-in flashlight, which is very similar to the Black Diamond Voyager. Built into the clamp is a small carabiner. There is no other mounting solution on the top end of the flashlight or lantern, and there's simply a clamp with these 2 little feet and the built-in carabiner. When comparing the specific dimensions of the Blackfire Clamplight Backpack, the manufacturer lists the overall outer diameter at 1.9 inches with an overall length of 7.2 inches. The RPAL, on the other hand, has an outer diameter of 1.7 inches and an overall length of 4.1 inches. As mentioned in previous videos, the RPAL has dual quarter 20 threaded inserts on either end of the device. This allows us to attach things such as the included D-ring to the end of the RPAL, as well as something like a Night Eyes S-beaner. It also allows us to connect something like a magnetic Joby Gorilla Pod. Doing this effectively gives us the same feature set as the Blackfire Clamplight Backpack. As you can see with all the attachments, the RPAL is approximately the same length as the Blackfire Clamplight. One can argue that due to the feature set of the Joby Gorilla Pod, the RPAL with all the attachments is even more flexible in terms of securing it to various items. The Blackfire Clamplight merely has this clamp, which is not really big enough to clamp onto anything substantial like a branch or a pipe. Its 2 feet here allow the device to stand vertical, and there's a pivot joint which allows you to angle the device when clamped to whatever object you desire. According to the instructions, the head of the clamp light can be rotated 170 degrees. There's a click point in the middle to configure the device for usage as a flashlight. In comparison, the RPAL, especially when combined with the products such as the magnetic Joby Gorilla Pod or the standard Gorilla Pod, can be configured in an infinite number of positions in any direction, in any angle. The Blackfire Clamplight does advertise usage of Cree LEDs, however the LED is located in the flashlight portion of the lantern. The lantern itself uses 8 Kong LEDs, which are LEDs that we have not yet come across. Both of these lanterns are sealed in a very similar manner, whereas the Blackfire Clamplight Backpacker is only rated at IPX4, the RPAL is rated at IP67. The difference between these 2 values is that the Blackfire Clamplight Backpacker is not dust tight and is only splash resistant, whereas the RPAL is both dust tight and water resistant down to 1 meter. Inside the clamplight is when things start to get similar. However, the differences are in the details. The opening of the clamplight is constructed of a press and turn sort of mechanism, where the outside of the clamplight is keyed. You simply line up the arrows, bring the light together, and turn to seal the fixture. This is rather effective, however it is not waterproof like the RPAL is. Once inside the light, you'll find a battery cartridge surrounded by an LED fixture, which is very similar to the RPAL. Again, there are 3 AAA batteries used in a battery cartridge style, similar to the Black Diamond Voyager and the Kelty Lumatech lantern. Inside the LED fixture we have 4 LED panels, each with 2 LEDs, for a total of 8 Kong LEDs. Relative to the RPAL, the LED fixture is significantly thicker, and that's also due in part to the large diffuser that we've seen placed around the mechanism. This is the first time we've seen LEDs styled in this manner with a frosted diffuser. There is no reflector, so the design is very similar to the RPAL with the exception of the diffuser. Again, we'll take a look at this in a bit and see its effect. Now again, just to run over the features of the RPAL really quick. The RPAL has a single threaded cap with no alignment required. You simply twist off the cap, and that's it. There are O-rings at either side of the lens. The lens itself is not diffused, it's not frosted, and is removable and replaceable. You can see the O-rings, which provide a watertight seal. Inside there's a single 18650B battery, which does not require alignment as well. You simply have to have the correct end of the battery inserted. Again, the battery, if inserted incorrectly, will not function, as there's a physical key at the base of the RPAL. To reassemble it all, you insert the battery, put the lens back on, twist the cap on, and you're sealed. As far as modes go, the Clamplight Backpack has 4, of which both modes and brightness are cycled through. You start off in high mode, then low mode, there's a strobing mode, and then finally the flashlight mode. Now again, you cannot enter any one of these modes anytime you wish. You have to cycle through each and every mode before you can return to the off state. You can't turn to the off state from any of the modes, and you cannot return to any of the modes from the off state. This is in stark contrast to the RPAL, in which you can set the brightness, turn the device off, and then turn it on, only to return at the exact same brightness level you left it at. This can be done at any brightness level. There are also beacon modes, also in which you can adjust the brightness. These modes and brightness levels are retained through on and off cycles. There's also an SOS mode, where the same rules apply. The brightness can be adjusted, the device can be turned off, and you return to the same exact mode and brightness level you left it at. The RPAL again has an automatic shutoff feature, which can be enabled or disabled, as well as a low battery indicator, which will give you a distinct visual warning pattern when the battery is approximately 10% low. As far as lumen output and runtime go, the Clamplight Backpack runs a high mode of 125 lumens and a low mode of 65 lumens. It does not specify a runtime. However, when compared with similar lanterns such as the Kelty Lumatech, which has a high mode of 30 lumens and a low mode of 6 lumens, in high mode the Kelty Lumatech will last for 13 hours. That's at 30 lumens with 4 AA batteries. The low mode, it will last 99 hours at 6 lumens. Now again, the Clamplight Backpack runs off of 3 AAA batteries. That's a reduced battery capacity and 1 less battery than the Kelty Lumatech. With a higher lumen rating at both the high mode and low mode, one can only assume that the runtime will be significantly less than that of the Kelty Lumatech. And again, the RPAL has a brightness range of 100 to 1 with 15 different logarithmic brightness settings, the lowest being 2.3 lumens with a runtime of 300 hours, and the highest being 300 lumens with a runtime of approximately 3 hours. So a few moments ago I had mentioned that we would take a look at the effect of the diffuser on the lantern in its running state. I've adjusted the settings of the camera to actually display what the lantern looks like in real life. As you can see, there are hot spots over each of the LEDs. This is what the lantern actually looks like. This is with a very thick diffuser surrounding the LEDs. Again, the RPAL has no diffuser, yet you can still see similar hotspots where the LEDs reside. I've now set the camera back to its original settings and configured the RPAL to output a similar lumen output as the Clamplight Backpack in its high mode. The RPAL will output approximately 113 lumens, while the Clamplight Backpack will output 125 lumens. In our experience, a diffuser simply has the overall effect of reducing the light output, while having a moderate effect of having the light appear to be diffused. In our experience, having a diffuser this close to an LED that bright simply has the overall effect of reducing the light output. As you can see in the previous segment, the hotspots are clearly visible, and the original intent of the diffuser is easily defeated. In the end, the Blackfire Clamplight Backpack is a unique lantern that has all the right intentions but fails to deliver. The clamp itself is larger than the lantern portion and is marginally functional. The fixture still has alignment issues, as does the battery cartridge. The weight of the Clamplight Backpack is nice, but the selection of the AAA battery as its power source combined with the higher lumen outputs creates a runtime issue. The flashlight is a nice feature, especially with the Cree LED, but the lantern still has a cool blue look to it and does not use any of the Cree LEDs. So while the Blackfire Clamplight Backpack shares many similarities with the RPAL, what we actually end up with is an awkward and poorly performing lantern that is better suited as a flashlight. So again, I hope you found this video comparison to be informative. If you liked it, please subscribe. And again, don't forget to follow us on Twitter and our blog, both which are linked below. Thank you again, and we'll see you next time.